Hello, pen testers. This is Punit Darji back again with another video. And in this video, I want to tell you something. Back in 2021, I have created cloud pen testing videos and I have unlisted those videos due to some reason. So I have created series of cloud pen testing videos and I have created based on scenarios and real life experiences that I have faced during my pen testing and red teaming tasks. Also, I have used Cloud Goat while I was learning the cloud pen testing. So let me introduce myself. So I am Punit Darji, head of product at World Machines, where I develop labs, CVs, and create posts. So man behind the worldmachines.com, that is me, Punit Darji. So those who don't know about the World Machines, so World Machines is cybersecurity learning platform. It's totally free. So World Machines project is acquired by the SecOps group. So please ignore that premium lab etc. in this video because I have created this video earlier back in 2021 that I have already mentioned. Now enjoy this video. As you know, this video series based on practical and real-time scenario. So today's scenario is we have low privilege user with limited resources. As an attacker, our goal is to acquire full administrative privilege in AWS account. So let's move on to the walkthrough. So we have low privilege user account. We will escalate through the IAM policies. We will identify IAM policy version, set administrative IAM policy version, and boom. So this is the walkthrough. So this is the basic requirement to perform this attack. So one is AWS CLI, second one is good internet, and third one is what obvious low privilege user account. So before we dive into the demo, you need to learn about IAM. So IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. IAM allows you to manage users and their level of access to the AWS console. It is used to set users, permissions, and roles. It allows you to grant access to the different part of AWS platform. So IAM is a web service that enables the AWS console to manage users and user permission in AWS. So let's understand why IAM is important. So let's assume without IAM, if your company have 5 users, you need to create a 5 separate AWS account. So each with its own billing and subscription to the AWS product. Or you can create a single AWS account and share with the 5 users. Without IAM, you don't have the control about the task that user can do. So it's a integrity issue without IAM. So let's understand with the help of IAM what we can do. Here the small twist with the help of IAM. So if your company have the 5 users, you can create a single AWS account and go to IAM where you can create a 5 different users with its own security credentials and define the level of access based on the user's job. Here you can control each user and build to the single AWS account. So with IAM, organization can centrally manage users, security credentials such as access key and permissions that control which AWS resources user can access. So these are the functions or command which we are going to use while performing the attack. So let's understand one by one. So first one is list attach user policies. So list all the managed policies that are attached to the specified IAM user. Second one is get policy. So retrieve the information about specified managed policy, including the policy's default version and the total number of IAM users, groups, and rules to which policy is attached. Third one is get policy version. So retrieve information about specified version of specified managed policy, including policy document. And the fourth one is a set default policy version. So set the specified version of specified policy as the policy's default version. And fifth one is what obvious, boom, because we are we have set the default policy and escalated the administrative policy. So let's move on to the demo so you will get the better understanding. So let's start our practical. So we'll pass the S3 LS and give the profile IAM rollback. So as you can see, using IAM profile, we do not have the permission to view the list of S3 bucket. So before that, I have already configured the profile using AWS config profile, and the profile name is IAM rollback. So let's pass the STS get caller identity. So with the help of this particular command, it will return the detail about the IAM user or the role whose credentials are used to call the operation. With the help of this command, you can view the account number, user ID and ARN. So this is the STS get caller identity command. So it will return the detail about the IAM user or the role whose credentials are used to call the operation. Moving forward, we'll see the list of attached user policy. So with the help of AWS IAM and pass the list attached user policies. So list attached user policies and pass the hyphen hyphen username. So username, you can see the Rhino hyphen IAM underscore privilege escalation. So this is the entire username we need to pass, and pass the profile IAM rollback. So with the help of this command, you can see the information about the attached policies, policy name and the policy ARN. So what the this particular command is used to, with the help of list attached policies, list all the managed policies that are attached to the specified IAM user. So our IAM user is a Rhino underscore privilege escalation. Our second command is the get policy. So get policy, they retrieve the information about the specified managed policy, including the policy's default version and the total number of IAM users, groups and roles to which policy is attached. So here our attached policy for the IAM rollback. So let's pass the command. So uh, get policy, and here we need to pass the policy ARN. So you can see the policy ARN detail from the previous command list attached policy. So here you can see the this particular policy ARN 635399. Just copy and pass the profile IAM rollback and see the details. So here you can see the details about the policy name, default version ID, V1, as you can see, policy ID, ARN and many more details as you can see over here. So let's understand the shortcut or the query command. So AWS IAM list policies. So list policies is a pagination operation, and we need to pass the different parameters such as only attach. When only attach is true, they return the list contain only attach policies that are attached to the IAM user group and role. So only attach is false. If it is false, or you can parameter is not included, all the policies are written. So pass the scope. So scope parameter is used to the filtering the results, and pass the query argument. So query parameter. So query parameter must be extract the data from the result of the following query expression. So we need to pass the policies and start underscore with the policy name. We can pass the CG. So this is the query, and with the help of this particular query, we will see the details about the list of user policies. So, but obviously we need to pass the profile. So AWS list policies. We need to pass the policies and hit the enter. So okay, start underscore with. So start underscore with policy name and CG. So this is the output. So list a policy is pagination operation. Only attach is the when the attach is true. The return the list of contain the only policies that are attached to the IAM user group. So this is the query command. So moving forward, we'll pass the get policy version. So get policy version retrieve the information about the specified the version of the specified managed policy, including the policy document. So same as get policy, we need to pass the policy ARN and we need to specify the version ID. So version ID V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. We need to pass one by one and check whether the set policy or the default version is true or not. So let's pass the one by one. So as you can see the policy version detail, if the default version is true, then it is the set policy or the default policy is attached. So let's pass the version V2. So this policy allows all the action to the all resources. So this basically grant the permission administrative action or administrative access to the AWS account. So V2 policy, this policy allows all the actions to the all the resources. So this is basically a grant the user administrative access to the AWS account. Again, let's pass the V3. So this policy allows the action IAM get start to all the AWS resources, but only allow for the specified time period, as you can see over here, which has expired. So here the specified time is also mentioned over here. Let's pass the V4. So this policy allows the only following action as the list bucket, as the get object, as the list all the buckets. And let's pass the V5. So this policy whitelist those two IP subnets. So this is the V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5 policy I have explained. As you can see that the policy has the IAM set default policy version allowed. When modifying a policy, AWS automatically create a new policy version with the mentioned changes. Those changes can be undone to the previous version policy because it has override. So user with the IAM set default policy version are allowed to the set the different policy version. So as an attacker with the IAM set default policy version permission may be able to escalate privilege through the existing policy version that is not currently in use. In simply words, currently default policy version is V1, and if we are able to set the policy version V2 or S3 bucket policy version, then we can say that the privilege escalation vulnerability happen in IAM rollback profile. So with the help of set default policy version, if we set the V1 to V2, so current version is V1, and if we are able to set the V2, then we can say that this privilege escalation vulnerability happened. So let's moving forward to set the default policy version. So moving forward, set default policy version, set the specified version of the specified policy as the policy's default version. So here the command AWS IAM set default policy version, and we need to pass the policy ARN and profile, and specified the version. So here just copy and paste. So just copy the policy ARN and specified the version v2. So here I have specified version v2 and no output we get. So let's check whether we get success or not. So as I have already explained about the get policy version command. So we will pass the get policy version command and check the version ID and its default version true. So as you can see, we have the get the success, the version ID v2 and is default version is true. So here we have successfully set the v2 policy. So let's again pass the S3LS and set the profile IAM rollback. So here you can see the different S3 buckets, and in previous in the starting of video I have already shown you that we do not have the permission of S3. So this is the vulnerability. So we have successfully escalated the privilege using the different commands. So this is all from my side. So this is all about the practical. Even though we can create S3 API, so here pass the AWS S3 API and create the bucket, and here pass the bucket name. So for the demonstration I am creating a new bucket, World Machines hacked by Puneet Darji. So this is the bucket name I am passing, and give the region. So here I am mentioning the default region US East 1, and the profile I am rollback, and the location also mentioned. So let's check whether we have successfully created bucket or not. So as you can see, the bucket has been created, World Machines hacked by Puneet Darji. So let's summarize this attack. So first of all, we had low privilege user profile IAM rollback. Secondly, with help of the STS get caller identity command, we got the user ID, ARN and account number. And in the third step, using list attach policy command, list all the managed policies that are attached to the specified IAM user. So in our case, IAM user was Rhino underscore IAM underscore privilege escalation by rollback. So this is the IAM user. In the fourth step, get policies and get policy version. So we have retrieved the information about the specified managed policies. In the fifth step, the set default policy version. For the privilege escalation, in the starting we had v1 as a default policy, and we have changed and set the v2 as a new policy using the command set default policy version, and we had access S3 bucket, and even though we have created a new bucket as well. So this is all from my side. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you like this video. If you like, then share with your InfoSec friends and subscribe our channel. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching.